Welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be creating two looks with the Glamlite Garfield eyeshadow palette. I usually buy the full collection, but in this one I only bought the palette, the blush, and the sponge. This palette is one of my favorite releases that they have done this year. Welcome back to my channel, but if this is your first time here, hi, my name is Heather Eaglin. I love all things makeup, especially colorful makeup and indie brands, and if you guys love those things too, I really hope you will subscribe and click the little bell so you can be notified of all my future uploads, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up on your way out. On my lips, I am wearing the Unearthly Cosmetics lip pencil in the shade Char and the Glamlite Cosmetics lipstick in the shade RUH-ROH from the first Scooby-Doo collection that they released. I was really excited to get this blush palette. The highlighter is freaking gorgeous. It's like a gold with a green shift. And I love an orange blush, as most of you already know. And I didn't have a red one like this in my collection. They are very pigmented, but I will say they do work really well with the Singe Beauty F06 blush brush because it's a very pigmented product, and the way this brush is made, it blends them out effortlessly. I just filmed my brush declutter, and I'm hoping I have all of these brushes in my collection still, but for this video's purpose, but hopefully I do. Typically, I only use my favorite ones anyways. The brush I am using here is a blending brush from Glamlite Cosmetics, and it's from the Friday the 13th collection. And I just picked up some of that shade World's Cutest Kitty, and it's kind of like a gray purple shade. And I just packed that on the crease and blended it out with the end of it. And now I've went into the shade Mondays, which is a really beautiful, like, deep wine shade. And for that, I am using my Singe Beauty EO4, and I just packed that on. And now I am slowly building it up and blending it out as I go. I never thought about using these two types of colors together, but I will say they looked beautiful at the end, and I think they blended really well together. It was an off color for me in the palette, which made me want to use it, but I really love the finished look, and I'm glad that I tried it. So I went back in with that first blending brush with no added product, and I just blended the edges of that. Now I'm going back in with more of that gray color, and I'm just blending on the edges of that deeper shade that I used. Now I'm going in with my ABH loose setting powder because I don't have a cool skin tone, so it's kind of hard for me to get that gray shade to really blend out on me. So I'm just picking up a little bit of that powder, and I used it to blend out the edges of that gray. Now I'm going back in with my Singe Beauty EO4, and I'm picking up more of the shade Mondays, and I'm just really focusing that out on the outer V. Got tongue-tied and just deepening up that color more. Now going back in with my first blending brush, I'm just adding a little bit more product from the shade World's Cutest Kitty, and I'm just deepening that up a little bit. Now going back in with my Singe Beauty EO4, I picked up more of the shade Mondays, and I'm pressing that on the lower lash line and blending it out, trying to make sure that it connects with the outer V up top. Now using my Singe Beauty EO1, I'm going into the shade Weekends. I love this shade. It's my favorite in the palette. It's like a really yellow leaning light orange, and I'm just sweeping that along the lower lash line in the beginning portion, and I decided to also put it in my inner corner, and I blend it up into the crease shades, and then I also use it to blend out the shade Mondays on the lower lash line, and I really love it. Like I said, it is my favorite shade in the palette. Now I'm going to go in with my Unearthly Cosmetics Glitter Grasp. I don't think I've used this in a video yet, but I've used it several times off camera, and I really love this. It's a great product. It really helps with the longevity of my shimmers. It makes them more impactful. I can't wait to use it with a Unearthly Cosmetics palette. I'm still waiting on my Dreamer collection to arrive, but I'm so excited to use that one. And now I'm going in with the shade Abu Dhabi, I think is how it's pronounced. It is such a pretty shimmer shade. I honestly don't know how to describe the color of it. It's kind of orange, but it's also kind of pink. It's very beautiful, but I'm just using my BH Cosmetics packing brush, and I'm placing that on the outside of the lid where it meets the matte shades. Now I'm going into the shade Catitude. Again, this one's kind of hard to explain as well. It's like a pastel purple, but it has a beautiful gold shift to it. Absolutely stunning. I decided I like the look of this one better when applied with my finger, so that's the way I went in with it. Now I'm going into the highlighting palette, well, the blush highlighting duo, and I'm picking up the highlight. It's called Say Cheese, and I'm just using that for my inner corner, but I decide that it's not enough, and I actually end up going in with my Pina Colada highlight. This one is from Glamlite as well. It's a really beautiful white highlighter, and I think it really did a great job at brightening up the inner corner. This is the thing I love about doing these declutters. I'm starting already to get more use out of the products in my collection, and I'm already so happy that I did it, which is shocking because I didn't think that I would be this happy and satisfied with decluttering. So you learn something new about yourself every day. So now I'm going to do something I don't usually do. I'm going to create another look, but do it on the opposite eye. I like to see a look complete with both eyes done, but I was on a time crunch, so I went ahead and did it this way. Using my Singe Beauty E01, I picked up the shade Weekends, which is that really cool orange shade again, and I just put that in the front portion of my crease. And then using a medium blending brush, this one is from the Glamlite Friday the 13th collection too. I picked up the shade Donut Please, and I just ran that along the crease. It's like a warm tone brown. It's more orange leaning, but it's very pretty. And I just packed that on and then blended it out. This look was a lot easier to create than the first one because it has those more neutral shades. Then I just cleaned that brush off on my Sigma switch, and I picked up the shade Perfect Match. It's a neutral as well, but that one's leaning way more orange, and I just did the same thing with that shadow. And then I used a large blending brush. This one is from the Scooby-Doo collection that Glamlite did, the second one, and I picked up more of that shade Donut Please, and I used it to blend out that more orange color. Now using my Singe Beauty EO2, I went back in with the shade Weekends, and I just re-intensified that shade and made it blend out into the outer corner crease shades. Now using a really small blending brush, this one is from Singe Beauty. I'm just picking up the shade Lasagna, and I'm just concentrating this out into the outer V. I'm trying really hard not to deepen the look up the same way that I always do. I can't quite remember how well I do with that, but you know I love a freaking dark outer corner. But I really love this color combination. These like fiery oranges with the red, I just think they are beautiful. Now going in with my Singe Beauty EO2, I'm just re-blending all of that stuff out. Now going in with a pencil brush. This one is from Sigma. It's the Alice in Wonderland collection. I'm just picking up more of that shade Lasagna and just really trying to focus that deeper shade on the very outer corner and not end up running it all through the crease. Also, I will say I got this collection really, really fast after I ordered it. So they have improved on their shipping, which I'm really glad to see. But I thought I would update you guys on that in case you were interested. I know I've had a lot of comments, people complaining about the shipping, but they are trying. I guess they hired more people in their warehouse, and I'm really excited about it because I love Glamlite. The only issue I had with them was the shipping times. Now using my Singe Beauty EO1, I'm just using the side of the brush, and I picked up the shade Donut Please, and I just ran that along the lower lash line. Now using a shading brush, this one is from Real Techniques. I've just picked up more of that shade The Weekends, and I'm using that to blend out the shade Donut Please, and I'm putting it in the inner portion of the lower lash line. Now going back in with my Unearthly Cosmetics Glitter Grasp, I'm just putting that all over the lid. I created 2 other looks outside of filming. I think I said that in the beginning of the video, but in one of them I used the blush palette for eyeshadow, and it works freaking awesome for that too, and you get that true red and a true orange in that palette. I created a gorgeous look with that, so I just wanted to say that too in case you guys were wondering. But now we're going into the shade Teddy Bear, and it's like a fiery orange with gold glitter reflex. This is another one of my favorite shades in the palette. It's a little pink leaning, but not too pink leaning. Then I'm going into the shade Nap Attack. The shade is really pretty too. It's like a light gold, and it's got a little bit of a green like glitter reflect in it. It's really pretty. I'm just adding that to the inner part of my lid and making it fade out into that teddy bear shade. And now I have to re-intensify my outer corner and make sure that it's blended into the shimmer shade. So I just mixed the shade Silly and Lasagna together, and I got a deeper shade. And I really loved this eye look. I love both of them. I think the second one might be my favorite, but you guys are going to have to let me know your thoughts. Now I'm going in with another brush from that Friday the 13th collection, and I'm just picking up some more of that highlight shade and putting it in my inner corner and trying to blend it out into the inner portion of the crease. And then I go back in with that same highlighter from Glamlite. It was in the shade Pina Colada, and I just added a little more of that to my very inner corner to add a little bit of brightness. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I really love this palette. I love the Glamlite eyeshadow formula. Their shimmers are freaking spectacular. So are their mattes. Highly, highly recommend them, especially now that they have fixed their shipping issues. But here are the finished looks. Please let me know down below which one is your favorite. And also, my new nose ring that I got is so cute. I got it on Amazon, and I will link it down in the description box. Don't ask me why I just showed you the same lip pencil 3 times, but I switched out my lip combo. I used the Unearthly lip pencil in Khaki, kept the same lipstick, but I added the ODENS and Angelica lip shine in the shade Quicksand. For liner, I used the shade Good Reef on the first eye look, and then I used the shade Extra Frosting in the second. I already said it once, but I'll say it again. I love this palette. Highly recommend it if this color story speaks to you. It's a really good one. I really enjoy the blush palette as well. I'm happy to have a shade that's new to my collection. I just think they did a great job on this, and I am so happy that I picked it up. You guys will have to let me know. Did you already pick this up, or do you plan on picking it up? I will have all these products linked down below in my description box. As always, I also bought the sponge, but I forgot to use it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video all the way up to the end. And if you did, leave me some Garfield-esque emojis down below. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up on your way out. And if you're new here, I hope you subscribe. And I see you back in my next one. And until next time, bye. So I forgot to add swatches at the beginning part of this video. So I had to go back and add in like 5 seconds of swatches. And I wanted to give you guys some better ones. So I thought I would add them at the end as well for the ones who actually do watch my videos all the way to the end. Thank you guys. Bye.